Hi everyone, this is Chris. Thank you for joining me. So today I'm going to present you other masks, completely different from the ones I have done previously. These are a bit more complex. You're going to need a sewing machine. If you don't have a sewing machine, you can do this, sew it by hand, of course. But these masks are according to a French Association of Normalization, which means that they recognize this mask and they represent France over the international organization to say that this mask is supposed to protect us. So they give us certain norms, like I said, according to sizes and how to do it. They decided to do this because this mask doesn't have a seam in the middle, and they said that those who have a seam in the middle, the sewing part in the middle, can be dangerous because when you sew, you make little tiny holes, and these holes just in the center where your nose and mouth is can be potentially dangerous because it could let come in any kind of microbe or viruses. So they say that the only part you need to sew are on the outside edges and nothing here in the middle of the face. So you don't have to follow this exactly. I know this is just French, but if you want to do it, I'm going to give you all the steps. It's very simple to do. I'm going to show you those who you can put behind your ears, but if you have to wear them all day long and you need to change them every about 3 hours, it might injure you. It might hurt after a while wearing these behind the ears, the ears. So I'm going to show you the exact same pattern. This is not going to change, but how to just change the position of the elastics to put it behind your head and how to wear it, okay? So you're just going to follow along. Very easy to do, but there are a few steps you need to see how it's made. And then you can repeat this. I have made a whole bunch, so I'm going to give to my co-workers or neighbors if they need some. It's very simple. Just follow along in the next steps. Okay, so what you will need for this project. You will need a cotton fabric. I have used 2 different colors. You can use, of course, the same color. They recommend using cotton. This may change in a week or maybe before, but right now they say cotton is good. So it's going to be washable. Don't forget, if you want to wash it really well, they recommend washing it at least 60 degrees Celsius, which means 140 degrees Fahrenheit. That's where you're really going to take away all the viruses. You will also need some elastic. Any kind will do. So I have this one. Some come in a larger size. You have also very thin ones. It's not really important. If you don't have elastic, you can use also some ribbons. You can use shoelaces. Anything that will be either elastic or not. If it's not elastic like a ribbon, you can always knot it in the back of your head. If it's that case, make it longer than the measurements I'm going to give you, because I'm going to give you the measurements for an elastic. If you put that behind your ears, you need 20 centimeters, twice, for one mask. If you want to put them behind your head, you'll need 30 centimeters, twice again, of elastic. Remember that they also recommend washing your mask if you need to wear them all day long, every 3 or 4 hours. You need to change it. So again, you're going to put these 2 on top of each other as well as you can. I didn't really cut them perfectly, but that'll do. And then you're going to hold them in place, and I'm going to use just random paper clips because that's going to work. And you're going to leave a little opening. Because our pattern is upside down, we're going to need to turn it back over later. So what you're going to do, you start sewing here. You go backwards, forwards and backwards just to secure. And then you're going to sew here, this way, all around, and you're going to stop here and leave this little opening. This opening should be like 6 centimeters. It'll be good enough. We'll sew it later. So I've already went ahead and I did that. So that's the piece I have here. I haven't cut, so I can see all my threads. That's good. So I have my opening here, and now what you're going to do, once you have sewed everything, you're going to cut the angles a little bit there, the corners. So go close, not straight up to, but fairly close to your sewing part here, and just cut the corners like so. All right. If you want, you can also cut a little bit of the sides here if it's too large. I'm just going to trim them a little bit. And I'm going to leave the top part like so. All right. So you're going to sew, I forgot to tell you before, but sew at about 1 centimeter from the edge so that you will have a square that is 20 by 20. Now that I've done that, you're going to flip it and turn it inside out. I would recommend having your iron on, and you can help yourself with a, like I used here, the back of a paintbrush. You can use also scissors, you can use maybe a pencil, anything that is going to help you put the corners in place. And once you're at this point, I would recommend ironing it on so everything is going to be perfectly aligned and pretty. It's going to help you for the next step. So again, highest settings, and that's good. Okay, so now what you're going to do, you're going to choose which side you want to have on the outside. That means the prettiest, okay? So I decide that this is going to be my prettiest side. So what you're going to do here is that you're going to measure, and you can use a pencil if that's the only thing you have. From the top here, you're going to measure, and I'm going to do it in centimeters, 2.5 centimeters. I'm going to make a mark. Then you're going to go up to 5 centimeters. And then 7.5 centimeters, which means every 2.5 centimeters you make a mark. You're going to make the same mark on the other side. You're going to turn it around upside down. Your opening is here. And you're going to repeat this step. And same thing on the other side. My opening is here still. And I'm going to grab these 2 little bits there where I have my 7.5 mark. You're going to pinch it. And you're going to bring this to the first line where it's at 2.5 centimeters. And I'm going to put it there also. And now you're going to iron this fold. All right. You're going to turn it over upside down. You're going to repeat the same step. Take the third line. Take it in your hand. And bring it to the 2.5 mark. And you're going to make a fold there as well. And then you put it correctly. On the other side, this is what it's going to be. These 2 pieces need to match. So you can turn it around when you're happy with it. And you can, again, sew the whole, not sew, but iron the whole piece there. And you can always erase your marks later. All right. Now you're going to turn it over. And this is where you're going to put your elastic. So, if you want to put it behind your ears, I would recommend cutting 2 pieces of elastic. If it's behind the ears, they're 20 centimeters each. And you're going to place them here. One end here, you're going to fold it. You need to have a little fold, like 0.5 centimeter. And the other end, be careful if it's flat like mine, to put it in the right direction, like this, okay? And the other piece, you're going to put it there, and you're going to fold again just 0.5 centimeter. And you're going to sew at this stage. You're going to sew not only this part, but you're going to sew at about 0.5 centimeter from the line here, from the side. You're going to sew here and here. And you're going to sew all the way up till the other side. So let me put maybe a clip there. And I'm going to put another clip here. And the same thing on this side, of course. So you're going to end up like this. You're going to sew, you can start wherever you want. Sew here, all along this way, everything in place like this, everything shut. Then you're going to sew here. Be careful to really insist on the where the elastic is, all the way through here, all the way up, and all the way back here. Everything must be shut and secure. If you want to attach it behind your head, you will need 2 pieces of elastic that are 30 centimeters long. If it's too long, you'll always be able to make a little knot and to make it the size of your head. This is kind of for everybody's head, okay? But you're going to attach it differently. Like I showed you before, for the one behind the ears, you're going to attach one end here and the other end here. In this case, you're going to attach one side here and the other end on this side there. And of course, you're going to do the same thing on the bottom part, and I'll show you how you're supposed to put them on your head later. And again, you're going to do the exact same thing. You're going to fold, and you're going to sew, like sew all around with your 2 elastics inside, okay? And that's what I'm going to do right now. Okay, so here are some of the masks. I have decided to make a few of them for work as well, because you're supposed to change them every 3 hours. So you need to have at least 3 or 4 per day. Even though you can wash them, it's better to have more. And also give to my neighbors, or mainly to my neighbors who would need some as well, or my co-workers. If they don't have a sewing machine, I'm going to be able to make them some more. And I'm using very random pieces. I'm going to try to find something a bit more male looking, but you know what? It doesn't really matter. So I've done a big part of them are to put behind the ears, and this one is to put behind the head, and I'm going to show you how to wear it to make sure it's not going to fall off. Okay, so for this one that you put behind the ears, it's very simple. You just put it like that, and then you open it up. It can open really wide if you need to, and it fits perfectly. It's going quite far here. I'm going to take it away to talk to you. I can breathe easily. I didn't have any problem. I already used one going out to the supermarket. It works really well. So this is the one that you're going to put behind the head. So I would take the 2 elastics, put them around your head, and then you're going to take the bottom part, this piece, you're going to put it up, and the upper piece, you put it down. You cross it, okay? That's the way it's going to fit your head. Otherwise, it's going to keep on being slippery, especially if you have long hair. It's going to slip on your hair, and every 2 seconds, you're going to have to put it back on, back on. So that's the way you're supposed to put them on. So it's really comfy. If I do this video in English, it's that you don't live in France, but even though you don't have these norms, it can always help to see that you can make a mask very easily. And what they said was really important is to make a mask without any sewing part in the center where your nose and mouth is. They said that that was really important, to not sew anything here in the middle of the face. And we see sometimes masks with holes in here, and they say it's not good because, you know, if somebody maybe spits on you just at that time, it might go through the holes. This is a better mask to put on. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, I'm just sharing what they say. It might change in a week, but I wanted to share this with you and at least show you how easy it can be. And I hope you will try it. So there you go. Please give me some thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button. And if you would like also to share on social medias, that would help greatly my channel. And also comment. Thank you so much. Please take care and see you soon.